Alright, we're about to merge onto Highway 1. Something we've been trying to avoid doing, but out of Moose Jaw, it's really hard. It's impossible to go where we want to go without either taking gravel, which right now, after all the rain they've had, would be just muck, because we've seen them, or take Highway 1 for several kilometers, not an endless way, but anyway. So we're back on here. Hopefully it's not too busy. This is our exit. We made it. Not too bad at all, actually. So we have a decision to make. We're in another quandary. Make kilometers while the wind blows, or cut the ride in half, basically, to camp, right? Right now I'm feeling like let's make hay while the sun shines or whatever. Like I like how it's completely on our back. It's completely on our back. This way we're going to get a little bit of a side wind. Yeah. Yeah. If we were fighting wind, I would say cut it in half. But we're with the wind and we're rocking along. Okay, another long day. But a long day without much effort, as long as the wind holds. Yeah. All right, let's hit it. We've had some rain here in Milestone. We're stopping at Milestone for lunch. We've covered 90 kilometers already on our way to Weyburn. We are on top of the hill in Weyburn, Saskatchewan, looking for Michael's Cafe. Is Michael's in this turret? This? No. What is that? What is this thing? Hey there.
Hello.
Just a quick wrap up on today's ride.
Yes.
Second longest, but second easiest?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. It was easy.
Yeah.
We had a huge tailwind.
Yep, all day. The wind
Great.
can be your friend.
It can. You have to remember that on
Yeah.
the days that it's not.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing how pretty the fields look, how wonderful the sky is when the wind is at your back instead of in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're on top of Signal Hill in Weyburn. We're about to dig into a cinnamon bun from Michael's Cat. Yeah, we're sharing. Of course, yeah. Share everything. At Michael's Cafe, we found it, and that big white tower was not a lighthouse, not a fire tower, but a water tower.
Water tower.
It's an old water tower from 1909.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And this cafe is in the bottom of a convent or something.
Yeah.
An old convent. It's very weird, but anyway, pretty cool.
Yeah, and
happy to be here.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't plan to come all the way to Weyburn today. We were going to stop halfway, or not quite halfway, at a small little site called Dunnet near Avonlea, because we thought this was too far in one day, but with the tailwind that we had, we decided to keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
So here we are. It's 151 kilometers, took us about 5 hours and 45 minutes of riding. We averaged like 26 kilometers an hour, which never happens, so that tells you something right there.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
Lots of fun.
And started out. I think it's the first day in a long time we haven't worn sleeves, or socks or anything, because it was just warm right from the get-go.
Quite warm.
Yeah.
Not hot, not too hot yet,
No.
but next week
But
was hot.
that's why we're having iced coffee and not coffee, because we need something cool. Anyway, it was a good day.
Yep.
Now we'll go check out campsite in Weyburn.
Woohoo.
Mm-hmm. See you later.
Bye.
It's 7 a.m. We're cruising through Weyburn. Weyburn. We just had a great stay at the Riverbank campground, a municipal campground in Weyburn. It was amazing. It was like the nicest one we've been in. It had a lounge with free I guess that's the same thing, free coffee, complimentary coffee, 24 hours a day. Crazy. And 20 bucks a night. So we were able to play cards under shelter, cook in there, eat in there, have free coffee this morning. Lovely stay. Thanks, Weyburn. We're heading due east on Highway 13, which in Saskatchewan is part of the Red Coat Trail, which runs from Manitoba to Alberta and approximates the route that the very first troop of Northwest Mounted Police took when they came to establish law in the West back in 1870-ish, I can't remember. But so we'll be on the Red Coat Trail for a few days, several days, until we get to Portage and then beyond a little bit, I think. God, farm equipment is big on the prairies. We're stuck in a one cloud storm here. Giant cold drops. It feels like hail, but it's not. Painful. Good morning.
Morning.
We're leaving Carlisle. We just had a great stop at the Western Star Inn because the Carlisle campground run by the Lions Club unfortunately did not even meet our very low standards of camping. So we moteled it, as you saw, and it was great, 100 bucks, and full breakfast included, eggs, hash browns, you know, all the usual.
Yep.
And king size bed.
Got lost overnight.
Yeah. The bed is way bigger than our tent. And we ordered pizza. And yeah, so it's luxurious. And now we're headed east into Manitoba today. Back on the highway. Hopefully we'll get ahead of some of these trucks that blasted us yesterday. And hopefully we have a west wind. We're predicted to have a west wind, so should be good. It's a beautiful morning. Alberta, or the Manitoba, we're not in Alberta anymore, in the Manitoba highway here, this Red Coat Trail, since we've been on it, has not had a shoulder. and every 50 feet or so there's a crack and a bump that's really hard on the derriere, I tell you, and the shoulder is not rideable, so we're forced out and trucks slow down to get around us. Here's a big lump, but it's in really bad shape. Yep, sliding into the water. That's their usual spot. Use that same slide. Oop.
I was trying to figure out what you were watching.
Good evening.
Hi everyone.
Quick wrap up time. We're sitting in the Surrey Campground, municipal campground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria Park.
Victoria Park Campground. It's lovely. Our backs are to the Plum Creek, and we just watched a couple of beavers working away down there. It's lovely. And long day today.
Yeah, 153K. No, 100. Yeah, 153 kilometers. It took us about just less than 6.5 hours of riding. Wind was sort of mostly behind us, but a little bit on the south as well, so a bit on the side sometimes. Yeah. So it was good, except the last half, and once we hit Manitoba, we didn't have shoulders anymore.
Not at all.
And so it was a little hairy at times when you got a big truck coming behind you and cars coming towards you, and they all have to meet, and it was very hard for us to go off the road.
It was impossible, really.
It was either full of potholes or like big potholes.
Yeah.
Or really loose gravel.
And a big drop.
So yeah, there were a few times that
that'd be an emergency bailout for sure. It wasn't something we could get down on and back onto the road, like not possible. But all the trucks,
yeah, they did their best.
They really slowed and waited.
Sometimes we were all there at once, so it was a little hard.
Yeah.
And bumpy, not great quality.
No.
So hopefully it's an anomaly, and they're not all like this in Manitoba. But anyway.
And the other disappointment was no signs at the border. We rode into Manitoba and didn't even know it. So we had elaborate video plans to reveal the new province, but nope. All of a sudden we just noticed, wait a sec, our shoulders disappeared and the road's in worse shape.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ride into Manitoba? Mm-hmm. Yep, we had. So anyway, that was the adventure for the day. Yep. It was long and it was getting hot too.
Yeah, it was hot. It's hot today. No rain threat at all.
Yeah.
So.
But
anyway, it was all good.
Yep. Tomorrow's another day, another destination.
Yeah, we're only 2 days out from Portage. Should be in Portage la Prairie on Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll set up some time to meet with Owen, and
should be good.
Yep.
All right. Till tomorrow.
Good
Bye.
night.
Kilometers have we gone this morning? 27 kilometers of lovely shoulder, and now we're back to no shoulder at all and a bumpy ride. Hello.
Cheers.
Another day done. We're in Treherne, enjoying a little ice cream treat. No coffee these days. It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah. And we've gone 122. And we could have stopped at a town like 15 kilometers down, but Shannon said, no, we're going to Treherne because they have a dairy bar. So Even
Yay.
these days when we're over 100, we're willing to go another 15 for a cold treat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I wanted to just say a couple of things about the friendliness and courteousness that we've experienced in Manitoba.
Their license plate is right.
Yeah, friendly Manitoba. So many people wave to us on the road, just like
Yep.
like you would on a country road to your neighbors back home. But you know, we're obviously not neighbors, and everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people wave. We've had a lot of friendly honks. A guy where we had lunch stopped his car in the middle of the road, hung out the window and chatted to us about how excited he was for us, how envious he was, how he just bought a new bike and it's all set up for touring, and just stopped in the middle of the road to talk to us. And the weirdest one, guy pulled over, got out of his car, crossed the road, stood on the side of the road and applauded and yelled, "Allez, allez, allez," and said he'd just been watching the Tour de France for days and was cheering us on. And we rode on thinking, what was that about? But anyway, just super friendly. And because we're riding on this road with no shoulder, and nobody has squeezed by, nobody has put us in danger, everybody's waited. We had one guy who waited, and then when he went around us, pointed at us saying we should be riding on the shoulder, but it's not rideable.
If you saw the shoulder, you would see that.
We'd be there if we could, but
yeah, you can't. It's super loose gravel, like super loose.
Yeah.
We wouldn't go anywhere.
No, not possible. So one person who's a little bit impatient. Everybody else has been fantastic. So Manitobans, thank you.
Cheers.
Anything else to add on stats?
No, it was 5 hours. Just over 5 hours of riding. 23 kilometers an hour. Bit of not much wind at all, really.
Yeah,
kind of a
nothing
tailwind,
wind,
but not much.
Yeah. So anyway,
Hot.
Yep. 100 kilometers doesn't sound like much anymore. It's funny how you adapt.
Wait till we get back in the hills.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. We're gonna go find a campsite.
Cheers.
Southport. It's the home of Canada's primary flight training, where pilots first learn to fly. Air Force pilots first learn to fly. And this is where our son is. So we're going to meet him. All right.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello.
We are crossing the Assiniboine. There it is, just outside of Portage. No, yeah, just outside of Portage, on our way into Portage.
Anyway, I've done both sides slowly, and then you get little bubbles that are in these pockets. So you swish them away and wait, and then no more bubbles come. It's very frustrating.
We're heading out of Portage on Highway 26, avoiding Highway 1. We're heading to Winnipeg today. Yesterday we had a great visit with Owen, and we had to motel it again, as you saw, because the only campground in town was at the fairgrounds. And it would have been great, except the fair was on, so it was not where we wanted to be. So we had to motel it, but it was a great little motel. Wonderful free breakfast, and did everything it needed to do for us. And now we're on the road. It's looks like another sunny day. Wind shouldn't be a big issue. So we're still on Highway 26. Highway is a bit of a exaggeration, but anyway, Highway 26, which draws a big arc from Portage to the outskirts of Winnipeg, north of Highway 1, the Trans-Canada. And we basically follow the path of the Assiniboine River, which is on our right, but we never actually see it, unfortunately. But it winds back and forth like a prairie river, and we're just drawing a big old arc. And so little traffic, it's amazing. We can ride side by side almost the whole way, except when we're avoiding potholes. But this last 10 or 15 kilometers have been really good. Okay, brace yourselves. We're heading on Highway 1 and we have to go the opposite direction, which kind of sucks. We have to backtrack a little less than 4K to then cross the Trans-Canada to go down south and into Winnipeg. So we gotta run the gauntlet for a little while. Get a sense of why we are trying to avoid Highway 1. Well, it was a much shorter section than we thought. But, so we're in the turn lane now, we're taking off onto 424 south. And then another one will go all the way into Winnipeg. It should be much quieter. We got some unexpected gravel here. And not the smoothest of roads either.